Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news here, but there's a lot of information going around that says millions of Americans could see their SNAP benefits get cut. What's happening right now is very concerning, but there's a lot of misinformation out there. So I want to explain what's going on with SNAP and how the federal government is putting more of the responsibilities over on the states, which the states now have to ensure that their error rates are not above 6%. If they are, then they could see additional responsibilities and potentially more cuts. Look at this. It says, SNAP benefits will soon be tied to error rates. These states are in the biggest trouble. Now, which states are these? Well, here's what you need to know. First off, there's a lot of states here. There's only a few states that have an error rate that is better than what the federal government has put in place. Okay, I want to show you something. Look at this right here. It says, states have been put on notice. Stop making so many mistakes or lose funding for food assistance. Starting with the 2028 fiscal year, states with an error rate of higher than 6% will start losing federal funding for the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP. If the reform were to take effect immediately, only 8 states would make the cut and receive full funding. Now, this is the thing. It's their requirement that they need to stop making so many mistakes or lose funding. Guess what that means? It means that people are going to see their benefits get reduced. Some will see their benefits completely go away because they would not be eligible for SNAP benefits. I want to keep reading this though. Look at this. It says right here, if a state is unable to get its error rate below the 6% threshold in time, it will need to cover between 5 and 15% of the cost of SNAP benefits. Those with higher error rates generally must pay more, but state with especially high mistake rates will have as late as 2030 to comply. Okay, so you see all these numbers. Fiscal year 2028, which means October 1st, 2027 is when it goes into effect. So we still have a couple of years, right? But here's the thing. The Trump administration is threatening states that if you do not comply, this is what happens. Which means right now, states are trying to figure out how can they do better. I want to read a couple things, then I want to show you a map. Look at this right here. It says, as a result of the shift, the Congressional Budget Office estimates that states will end up reducing or eliminating SNAP benefits for about 300,000 people. Subsidies through child nutrition programs could also decrease by about 96,000 children. That's a pretty substantial number. 300,000 people, 96,000 children, completely off the SNAP benefit program. Look at this. It says, the state with the largest gap to close by far is Alaska with an error rate. Most recently logged at 25%. It says the error rate from a year prior was 60%. Now look at this map, okay? Obviously you see right here, here's this little thing. This is Alaska over here. They're at 24.66%. California, which everyone says California is the highest, right? They're just giving free food away. California is at 10.98%. Still substantial, still higher than 6% that the federal government is putting out there, but this isn't what Oregon is. Oregon's at 14.6 or 06. New Mexico 14.61. Florida 15.13. You got Georgia 15.65. You got New York 14.09. Texas over here at 8.32. So even states that you would think they're not going to have a high error rate, they still do. Washington State 6.06. You got Idaho 3.59. South Dakota 3.28. Got Wisconsin 4.47. Got Vermont at 5.13. Louisiana down here with 6.62. That's their error rate. Okay? It says right here, the error rates include both overpayments and underpayments, though overpayments are more common. That's the issue. Okay? That's the big issue. that the majority of the errors that we're facing are overpayments, which means, and here's the problem, okay, this is going to impact millions of people. Just because they say only 300,000 people or 96,000 children could see their benefits go away, what we are likely to see is your benefits get reduced. Here's the other problem. Let's say you're getting, let me just pull out some money really quick. Here you go. Let's say you're getting $400 a month, okay? There's $400. You get $400 every single month, okay? There you go. There's your $400. But here's the problem. Let's say you're only eligible for $300, but yet you've been getting that additional $100 for the past year. Here's the concern, is that do you think the federal government or these states are just going to say, oh, we were giving you too much money, we gave you an additional $100 every single month for 12 months. Don't worry about that. That was our mistake, right? You don't have to pay it back. No. What the Trump administration is saying is that you're giving them $400, but they're only eligible for $300, meaning that other $100 needs to be paid back. But when? Well, this is where it will likely come out of your benefits, where at the end of the year or the end of so many years, you're going to see that money get returned. So let's say you were previously getting $400, but you're really only eligible for $300. What might happen is that they're going to take some of your money where now you may only get $200 or you may only get $250. Chances are it's going to be a percentage, okay? But again, that's going to be up to the states to decide how they want to rectify this situation. So again, I'm bringing this to your attention because right now, everyone's talking about, yeah, don't worry, this isn't going to go through. This isn't going to happen until 2028. But the concern is that's when they have to get this fixed, have to be under that 6% error rate. But how do they make those changes starting today in order to get to that final number? That's the concern. So we're going to see what happens moving forward. But what I can tell you is that the Trump administration is adamant that that the states need to return the funding that they have been using and abusing for the past 4 years. That's what we're being told. So SNAP benefits is just one program. There's going to be many other programs that are looked under a microscope to try to determine where there was fraud and wasteful spending. Keep in mind, DOGE is still there. DOGE is still trying to figure out where we have waste, fraud, and abuse. As a result, President Trump is not done trying to go after the money that he says the federal government is still owed. So we'll see what happens, but I just want to share that with you because a lot of people are asking the question, what's going to happen with SNAP? As of right now, being that the federal government is still shut down, come November 1st, your SNAP benefits could be delayed. But as we get further into the year and even into 2026, there's a very good chance states are going to start slashing your benefits in order to fix this error rate. So just be prepared. But if you have any questions regarding SNAP benefits or some of these other programs that the Trump administration is currently looking into, please ask your questions down in the comment section below. But again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.